How is everybody doing? Your boy here, Apollo from Down, Down, Up, Up. And did you really think I was going to miss this? I know we've been busy lately, though. And thank you guys. I should have thanked you right away for the immediate support I got on my reaction to Dracula a few weeks ago. And you guys have stuck through for that. We did Frankenstein. We did The Mummy. We got The Invisible Man. That is about to come up on the channel next Monday, and we have one more planned for next Friday. That's right, Friday before Halloween. We're doing one more classic just to round it up to a nice 5. It's been fun, and again, appreciate the support. If this is something you guys want to see more of, let me know. I love those old movies, and I'd be more than happy to react to more, discuss more, and go into some serious continuity issues these movies have that I love to talk about. But that's for another day. It's time to get back to our main staple of the day, and that's Crown Jewel predictions. Now, once again, this is a show taking place in Saudi Arabia. This is sort of a topic that still stirs a lot of things and a lot of people. My advice is, if you're going to watch this show, I feel like you should make a donation to something else going on, whether you want to feel better personally, and the fact it's just the right thing to do. Make sure to visit cultaholic.com. They are live streaming the event, and they will be raising money for charity. Don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but that's just one of the several examples you can do for this kind of thing. But frankly, I will give WWE credit when it comes to the match card. I think this has the potential to be one of the best shows in Saudi Arabia that WWE have done, as long as they don't pull out those stupid, dumb surprises that they have a habit of doing here. Shane McMahon winning that tournament for one. Brock Lesnar having ridiculously short matches for the other. We'll see, but I'm excited and I'm really looking forward to how some things are going to go, and match quality in general. So without further ado, let's see if we can run this down. We got 9 matches standing so far. I don't really know if it's necessary to throw a kickoff onto this. If we're going to, it's probably just going to be a quick throwaway tag, and if we're going to do that, I'll just pick the faces. Throw that out now. But getting to the main card, let's go down. I got the card right beside me here. So, easiest match of the card, in my opinion, Mansoor, Mustafa Ali. Sort of a shame that this got broken up only just to make it a match on the Crown Jewel card, because they look good as a team, and seeing their backstage antics on Up, Up, Down, Down, they're hilarious, especially Mansoor. But regardless, it's going to be Mansoor. He's going to win. He's the hometown hero, and he's the one that puts butts in seats for a big babyface homeboy win. Easy enough to that. If anything, it's going to be a great match, and hopefully afterward, we patch the wounds, and maybe these two can try again as a tag team, because frankly, I do see a lot of potential in them staying a team. But we'll see what we get. We'll see what we get. One of my major disappointments is I was looking forward to them versus the Usos now that they've been drafted to SmackDown. But we'll see. We'll see. Next up, Raw Tag Team Championship match. RK Bro, Orton Riddle defending against AJ Styles and Omos. This one has been a little bit tough to call lately, but because I think WWE have been handling RK Bro well as of late, I think they're going to drop the belts. I know this might be a surprise to some, but when something's great, we don't want it to last on too long and let it wear off. I am personally hoping the payoff is Riddle turning on Randy Orton. I think that's sort of how most of the community feels would be the best swerve for this kind of thing. It gives us a whole new Riddle to look at and see if it works. And Randy Orton back to sort of the baby face. I don't think anyone's really going to complain at this point in time. People love Randy Orton. They love to cheer him. I think this will be a good excuse coming off all of those legend deeds he was taking care of last year. So I don't necessarily think the turn is going to happen here, but I do think they're going to drop the belts. AJ and Omos could have been separated in the draft, and rumor was they came very close to being separated. Not exactly went down, but I think keeping them together means they've got at least one more tag team title run left in them, and then maybe we turn them on each other as well, because God knows WWE just can't help breaking tag teams apart. There have been little subtle teases lately I've noticed on Raw that AJ and Omos aren't exactly on the same page, but can they become champions again? I think so. I think so. And RK Bro, we don't want to wear out. I'm thinking we'll do it here. And worst comes to worst, RK Bro win, and I get to see them do their antics for a bit longer. It's gotten a little bit stale as of late, but match quality, they don't disappoint. Going for AJ and Omos, though. New tag team champions. Moving on. Okay, how about we do the King and Queen of the Ring finals? So both have been exceptionally well handled to the last detail when it comes to the people I want. And when it comes to match quality, the women's has been seriously destroyed. I hate to say that, but let's be honest. We've gotten matches that have lasted upwards of 1 to 3 minutes. That's not how you do it. That's not how you do it at all. Where you look at the men's side, amazing quality. Sami Zayn and Rey Mysterio in the first round, fantastic. Sami Zayn and Finn Balor, fantastic. Xavier Woods Ricochet, Xavier Woods Jinder, fantastic. The men's matches have been, for the most part, on some serious point. The women's, on the other hand, hate to say it again, but they've been an afterthought. But let's move on to our finals and not get into too much. The finals, I like who's in it. Doudrop and Zelina Vega. Well, I'm going to pick Doudrop. She was my initial pick to begin with. I'd heard that she'd really been sort of melting hearts in the back lately. She's coming across so well right now that I don't see why we wouldn't let her have this. Zelina would be great to see win. I was so happy that she beat Carmella because I was really worried that was going to be the stereotypical heel winner of this whole thing was Carmella, but we didn't do that. Liv Morgan made sure that wasn't a thing, and Zelina Vega got the 1, 2, 3 moving on to the finals. She would be a great pick to finally get that kind of momentum. So I really don't have an issue with who wins this, but my initial pick has been Doudrop from the beginning, sticking with Doudrop. Men's side, I don't even know if I need to discuss this. You guys know I'm an avid fan of Up, Up, Down, Down. Therefore, you should know I'm very aware of why Xavier Woods went into wrestling and what his long-term goals were. King of the Ring. King Woods, King Creed, call him whatever you want. He's my pick to win. But against Finn Balor, that is a tough task. I can see WWE giving it to Balor and upstanding him from Prince to King, but don't want it. Really don't want it. It's sort of a shame that he's been thrown back into the hustle like his match with Roman at Extreme Rules never even happened. So I really hope it's going to be a fun match and Woods wins clean with his elbow. That's what I want. This is such a big deal for him and I want to support him as much as I can. Finn winning would just suck all the air out of the room for me. I'm not sure how the crowd there would respond to that. In fact, maybe they'd be rooting more for Finn in the end wise, but come on, let's be honest. The King of the Ring tournament's back probably because Woods is the one who kept pushing for it to come back. He needs to win it. I want to see it. I'm picking Woods. So, against the stereotype, 2 babyface predictions for King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring. Usually we throw in the heels, but I think it's finally time for a change. It would break a good stereotype to see Doudrop win the Queens, and Woods winning the King. I've already explained what I love, but let's be honest, it's a babyface. When is the last time we've had a babyface win the King of the Ring tournament? Let's put the brakes on this for a second. 2019, we had King Corbin. That's not a babyface. 15, King Barrett. No. 10, King Sheamus. No. 8, King Regal. No. 6, King Booker. No. 2002, we had King Lesnar. No. All the way back to 2001, believe it or not, as far as I can remember, was the last time we had a babyface King of the Ring, and that was Edge. Speaking of Edge, let's talk about his match. Hell in a Cell with Seth Rollins. It's been a weird year for Hell in a Cell. The pay-per-view got shifted earlier in the year, in the Thunderdome of all places, but no, that couldn't have been enough. We also had another Hell in a Cell on the SmackDown before and the Raw after, with the pay-per-view holding 2 of its own. This year alone, we're getting 5 Hell in a Cell matches. That is ridiculous. For one of the biggest rivalry-ending matches, we have completely broken that barrier with it. I know we've done that in the past enough, but this year has been one of the biggest examples. But when it comes to this one, it's well-deserved. It's a feud that deserves the Hell in the Cell and deserves to go on for, I'm hoping, half an hour. I really hope these two break the crap out of each other in the safest possible way, of course, and deliver. Edge needs to win this. This is not up for debate. Edge needs to win this, seal the deal with this feud, and move on. He has only been in one Hell in a Cell and did not win. Rollins has been in a handful. I think this is his fourth going in the cell, and he won his first. So, Edge, you are getting your revenge. You are breaking this feud. That is going to do it for that. Edge, my pick inside the Hell in the Cell. Okay, we got 4 left to go through, and how about we do Goldberg Lashley? Don't really have much to say here. My high for this is that it's not for the WWE Championship. I was worried in the long run that Lashley would lose the title to Goldberg at this event, but Big E cashed in and made sure that wasn't a problem. So, it's no holds barred. Will Gage Goldberg interfere? Probably, but I couldn't care less about it. I'm picking Goldberg because it seems like it's the obvious go-to here. And I think it might be good for Lashley to disappear from TV for a little bit after this. I think Goldberg might live up to his word. He is going to try to kayfabe kill Bobby Lashley to get his revenge from SummerSlam. And TV break doesn't sound bad for Bobby. I think when he comes back, we can make him look like more of the dominator that he was before with the WWE Championship. And maybe a few more matches with E down the line, possibly even getting the title back. Lashley is that damn good. So I'm hoping for good things later down the line, but for this event, I'm picking Goldberg. Next up, how about the SmackDown Women's Championship? It's a real mess with this situation right now, and I think you might know what I'm about to say outside of this. Why didn't Bianca win the Raw Women's title on Raw this week? What was the point? What was the point of that? Honestly, just for an amazing match, so another DQ finish. Again, you may have noticed during this video, I have been very mellow throughout this. I'm not irritated, I'm not bored, but I'm very mellow. I'm very aware of how things are going right now and can't treat WWE to its highest because I'm an avid AEW fan. And when I want to really throw attention into things, I'll do it for AEW. So, mentioning that DQ win on Raw, I feel like that would have been the easiest accomplishment with Bianca getting that championship, so at least we know that the Raw title stays there, and that Sasha Banks will be winning this match and taking the SmackDown Women's Championship to SmackDown. Didn't happen though. Charlotte is still the Raw Women's Champion, and she's going to SmackDown. Now, I feel like this is just setting up for the bloody obvious of we're going to switch the belts without a match like we did with the Street Profits and New Day last year when they got drafted. So, I'm going to pick Becky Lynch. She had an amazing match with Sasha last week on SmackDown. Can't give enough credit to that. And I think she's going to get her win back here and probably beat Sasha in the process. And then during some backstage segment or maybe at the beginning of SmackDown, we'll have the belt switch and that will be that. Becky will be the Raw Women's Champion and Charlotte will be the SmackDown Women's Champion. If they swerve me here, good on them. I'm hoping this will be a fun match and I can let my expectations rise, but I'm not thinking we're going to get a title change here. Speaking of titles, 2 left to go through. WWE Championship. I'm excited for this one. Big E and McIntyre. I was thinking to myself, how are we going to balance out Roman Reigns and Lesnar? That's what everyone's thinking about going into this. What about the WWE title? Are we not even going to defend it like we did Extreme Rules? That was still really stupid, by the way. Like, really stupid that we didn't do a championship match there. We could have done Big E and Lashley in the cage there, but we didn't. Just going to throw that out there. But no, we had McIntyre jump back in the hustle, and I'm excited. Boom, just like that. They've had some silly tag team matches lately. I don't really understand why 3 weeks in a row we had to have them team up in tag matches. But aside from that, I'm ready for this. But Big E Langston needs to retain. He's only been champion for a little bit. I wouldn't understand Drew winning. He's going to SmackDown anyway. They're just going to have a lovely match. And honestly, if you really want to throw some good credit to Big E here, I'd love to see him kick out of a Claymore kick. That would be a great pop-up to make this match sort of the sleeper match outside of Lesnar Reigns for what the fans are expecting. Like, oh my gosh, Big E just kicks out of a Claymore. That's something I'd love to see. I'm pretty sure McIntyre will kick out of at least one big ending, but I think a kick out of a Claymore would be a really good surprise for this one. So, Big E to retain. Now let's get into what was being previously discussed. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, whose side is Heyman on? We get to find out here. This one is very interesting. I just still don't see Roman Reigns losing the championship when he's doing this good. I'm really excited that we are getting closer to bringing The Rock back to do something with Roman. It seems like things are working out in that direction. So Roman has to win this, right? Would they really just give it to Lesnar and put Heyman back on him? What would the fan reaction be for that? Is my question. I just don't see why we need to do that. I'm hoping Roman wins. I'm hoping Heyman stays with him. And honestly, I'm hoping Brock just goes away again and comes back next year for maybe Mania, maybe the Rumble, but probably not. Save him for WrestleMania next year. So, yeah, I'm going to pick Roman Reigns to retain the championship and keep things going because I feel like we've cheesed it enough and brought it up enough. Survivor Series has to be Big E and Roman. It just has to be. So, that's what I want to see. Big E and Lesnar would certainly be a look, but I can safely say I do want Roman Big E more at this stage. So I'm not sure how we're going to do it. Frankly, I can see Heyman hitting Lesnar with like a low blow while the referee isn't looking and then Roman just wins. I'm more excited about how this match is going to finish regardless who wins. These two have had the stereotype of we need 100 finishers to beat one of them. I would love this to be treated like the Roman Cena match from SummerSlam. Remember, one spear. One spear beat John Cena. If one spear beats Lesnar, I'm going to have a laugh attack. If one F5 beats Roman Reigns, I'm also going to have a laugh attack. But we'll see when we get there. That's it. My opinion is done. We have gone through it. We will see when we get there. Who knows? I might have a lot more energy to bring you guys, I guess Friday, right? Yeah, results and review coming out Friday for this. But at the same time, stick around. We're doing a lot more horror. Can't wait to see the pop for the Invisible Man reactions. Honestly, one of the best, funniest old horror movies that I rarely watch and I should watch more of. We'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Don't miss Crown Jewel. And if you do, can't really blame you, but keep it real.